All right, here we go. 1, 2. But I don't care what the neighbors say, I'm gonna spend my life with you. If the things you do get kinda strange, I'm gonna spend my life with you. Cause I like you best when you're that way, I'm gonna spend my life with you.
Hey everybody out there, you're currently tuned into our audio show on Audio City and you're with Kris DCosta. You're currently listening to the group called the Tall Pines, and the vocalists are Connie Lynn Patrick and Christmas Davis. Keep listening to the track called Spend My Life With You.
I don't care what you do, I'm gonna spend my life with you. No, I don't care what you do, I'm gonna spend my life with you. Your head will never be too heavy for my shoulder. Don't always know what is right for me, but you're the one thing I'm sure of, and I know.
Hey folks, I'm back, and today we are going to have a little topic about relationships and marriages, and it's called Relationships and Marriages in Modern Times. If we look at our modern times today, we see a lot of new technology, a lot of new career opportunities, a lot of young people who are educated in college, inspired by a lot of successful people and wanting to build a career, start their company. There's a lot happening. In all of this, it has created its own kind of modern chaos, which has affected the way we think and the way we manage relationships and marriages in our current times. One of the things that I think has seriously affected marriages and relationships is the rise of individualism. What I mean with this is that we as individuals, as we have evolved and we've received education and we've grown, our desire to see ourselves as individuals and individually being successful has skyrocketed than ever before. Our individual image and the need to uplift that image to a certain pinnacle has skyrocketed than ever before. And it is being fueled by a lot of these business gurus and business talks and so-called fake gurus, as I call them. This has seriously impaired the way in which we manage relationships and our marriages today. And as a result of that, what we see is a split in the way couples think. Couples don't think as a team anymore. They think as individuals. Each one of them have their own lives, they're doing their own things, and at a certain point, they are not able to relate to each other. They are working for themselves, they're not working for each other. They are not working for their kids and setting the right example for their children, who are in turn learning this behavior and are thinking it is okay to imbibe this behavior and to duplicate this behavior, and they develop with this behavior, and eventually, when they are becoming parents, they are just duplicating the same thing in their life, and this chain is continuing. This situation has got really bad in the last few decades. With the advent of modern technology, accessibility to mobile phones, increase of so-called privacy between partners, that even partners in a relationship or in a marriage think that it is important for each one of them also to have their own privacy. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? If each partner has a mobile phone, for example, they feel offended if one of the other partner is looking at their phone. I don't see a lot of couples, for example, having a unified Facebook profile. Why? I should have my own profile. And my husband or my partner should not have access to that profile because he is intruding on my stupid freaking privacy. What kind of a relationship and marriage are we talking about in modern times? What are we trying to breed in modern times? Marriages and relationships in its biological and civil form was the basic examples of the coexistence theory of mankind. Life on earth and human beings were formed and created to coexist with each other. There's a reason why biologically a man was made a man and a woman was made a woman. In its civil form, we give that the form of a marriage to give and bring order. That institution of marriage and relationships has been questioned today far more than ever before in history of mankind. What are we trying to prove to ourselves and to our future generations? Are we on a path of social disintegration and destruction? Are we willing to set the wrong examples for our future generations, for our kids? And what are we leaving behind? Do we even care that this simple institution of marriage holds one of the seeds of the success of the continuation of mankind on this planet Earth? Apart from this problem, we also lack a lot of social trainers in this area. We lack experienced people who are trained to help others who are going through a problem in their relationship and in their marriage. People in a relationship, or whether they are a young couple in marriage or a mature couple, everybody goes through a problem and everybody needs help. We must train people and educate people right from the time they're kids, the time they're in school, that it is okay for a partner in a relationship to make mistakes. But we as the other partner need to help when somebody makes a mistake. Not quit on that person, not let go of that person. That's not why we are in a relationship. So young people need to be made aware that if you really need help in a relationship, feel free to take help. Do not feel shy to ask for help, because it is going to help you to set the right path in your relationship life, in your marriage life. I hope people who are hearing this particular audio are provoked to think in the way that I'm thinking. If we don't lead the right and leave the right examples behind, we are going to foster a negative spirit and a poisonous society. And neither me nor you or anybody listening out there really want that. So let us do the right thing. Let us be humble first, in spite of what education we have, how big we are as a CEO, or whatever our position is, or whether we are a minister or whether we are a president of a country. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we are all human beings and we are all equally vulnerable. And therefore, let us not try to pretend to have a canopy of power. So let us be humble and let us be willing to look for help so that we can have good and strong families. With that, I come to the end of today's edition of our audio show on Audio City. You were with your host, Kris DCosta, and you can now continue listening to our audio track for this edition, and that is Spend My Life With You.
Heavy for my shoulder. Don't always know what is right for me, but you're the one thing I'm sure of. And I know, yes I know, I need no diamond ring, gonna spend my life with you. If a poe is trash or rich is kings, I'm gonna spend my life with you. Cause you'll always be my bestest friend, I'm gonna spend my life with you. I don't care what you do, I'm gonna spend my life with you. No, I don't care what you do, I'm gonna spend my life with you. See, I don't care what you do, I'm gonna spend my life with you.